All right. Good morning, all. Let's get started. By the meantime, other folks join. I started recording the session, so anyway, we'll upload the recordings into the respective shared drive. So whoever joining late, they can even still access and uh, get an understanding on what we have covered. So today again another day on the training session for Tableau. So Tableau, when I say Tableau, it's a reporting tool basically by one. So Tableau is the company. It has the reporting and dashboarding tool. Basically, is a Tableau. So part of this training for 20 hours, we'll go over each and every features what Tableau provides to build the dashboard. So every organization, think about any organization, retail, manufacturing, banking, finance, all organization depends on various kind of reporting, part of their monthly close process or quarterly revenue and profit and loss statement, or keep track of their operational expenses daily or monthly or weekly, whatever they do. That depends on multiple varieties of reports. And to make that reports more visualizable, more user friendly, there are various reporting tools in the market which gives the opportunity for various organizations to build their own dashboards. So when I say own dashboard, so every organization has their own aspect of looking at their data. So if I'm a sales organization, I'm more on the marketing and sales, then I'll be more concentrate on looking at my sales revenue or my marketing expenses or various kind of recruitment, hire or headcount reports. If I'm a manufacturing or retail company, I'll be looking for day-to-day transaction. Take example of Apple. So when they launch a new product, they'll keep track of their product sales. So how much iPhone they sold in one particular day, in a one particular month, or in a one particular quarter or a year. So keep track of all those things to build several reports. So you, as a executive, as a top management, they will not go to your very row level data to look at the reports or to analyze the sales or revenue or profit and loss. So they look very summary, high level dashboards. So for that, we use different kind of reporting tools, Cognos, Oracle Business Intelligence, OBIE, or Hyperion Interactive Reports, Hyperion Web Analysis Reports. The same way, Tableau is another product which gives a very user-friendly reporting capability to the end users as well as to the developers who develop the dashboard. So it's a low cost and better usability, better visualization tool, you can say in that way. So other tools, in comparison to other tools, will come to that how Tableau is different from any other tools. But in a short, you can say the visualization is very good, the development, the implementation cost is very low, and the product licensing cost is very low. So every company, small scale to medium scale companies, they look for optimal implementation, in the sense with low cost how they can implement the product, which also at the same time meet their requirement of reporting and dashboarding. So Tableau is one out of that. So one kind of product which can meet that kind of requirement for small to medium scale organization. When you talk about the big organization, still there are some department level they can use Tableau for their reporting. So I will not say you cannot use this uh, for the enterprise wise, but you can use that department wise. All right. So just a All right. So, hey, I just got a call from Ramesh. Who are on the call? Can you just chart me your name? He wants to know who are there on the call and who has not yet joined the meeting so that okay. I do see one more. I'm not sure it's the same. Induma, you have joined with the wave. That's why I'm seeing that, or someone else. I'm not sure. Oh, Srinivas. Okay. Give couple of minutes because he's expecting couple of more guys to join. So let me text him. Okay. So we'll wait for another 5 minutes, then we can start because Ramesh is expecting couple of more guys to dial into the call. So then we can get start one shot. Okay. At the meantime, I'll put you guys on mute. So, all right. So good morning all. I was just about to start, but again, as Ramesh expected, a couple of more folks to join, so we delayed the session almost 30 minutes. We can go ahead and get started. So today the training session is on Tableau. So Tableau is another dashboarding tool. Like any other reporting tool from Oracle or Cognos or BO, Crystal reports or Hyperion interactive reports, Oracle BI. So similarly, Tableau is another reporting and dashboarding tool which used by many small to medium scale organization as well as bigger organization use that not only at the whole enterprise wise but at the department wise they do use this tool for the reporting and dashboarding. So the question is like, why reporting? Every organization starting from retail, manufacturing, banking, sales, marketing, whoever, they do analyze their data end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, or end of the quarter. So why they do reporting? To keep track of their expenses, to keep track of their revenue, or to generate their profit and loss statement, or keep track of their headcounts. So in an organization you have different kind of departments, right? So let's say sales, they take care of the sale. Marketing, they do take care of their marketing, how many opportunities are coming up, how many opportunities are getting converted to a offer, and then how many offer getting converted into a deals, so that they are selling the product. So accordingly the revenue will change. Same way the HR, they do look for the recruitment, how many people are there in the organization and how many has been terminated, how many new folks, new hire to be joined organization. So they do keep track of the headcounts. Same way they build the reports on headcount tracking. Let's say the finance, which is the major department in any organization. So they keep track of their operational expenses, they keep track of their net revenue so that they can generate the P&L report for their quarter close or month close and present it to the executive. So when I say executive, so that means people at the higher management, they do not want to see the transaction level data. So you day to day you have thousands of transactions happening in the system. Hold on. So all right. We are talking about the organization, right? So when we talk about the organization, they have different departments in the organization. So every department use any reporting tool. It's not only about Tableau. There are several reporting tools in the market. So why Tableau? Because this is a low cost, better visualization tool, you can say. So low cost in the sense, every organization when they start of implementing a software product for their reporting or dashboarding, they look at the cost, how much cost involved to implement that product, to execute that project. So that means This is the product which can affordable by many small to medium scale organization, so for their dashboarding and reporting purpose. So this is a low cost and high visualization, so it is very user friendly, not only for the end user for usability perspective, but also from the developer standpoint to build and develop this report. It has really good features. We'll go over it one by one during our subsequent training session. But why I'm telling it is very user friendly from the developer standpoint, because there is a menu option. There are lots of navigation and menu options, and all the out-of-box functions has been integrated in those menu options. You are not going to write any programming in C++ or any Java or nothing like that. So all SQL commands, whatever you do when you write as PL SQL statements, select statement or where condition or filter or sorting, so everything has been integrated through the menu options. You just need to efficiently use those menu options or navigations to build the dashboard. So that's why I call it very user friendly, not only for the end users but also for the developers who build the reports. We'll go over that. So so any reporting tool, just make it generic. Before we jump into Tableau, let's focus on how we implement a project. So when we talk about implementing a project, so what we do, like you join the organization as a developer or as a consultant. So it's not just like you will just log into the Tableau and start looking for building the dashboard. So before you jump into the development phase, we follow a certain software development lifecycle, right? So SDLC, software development lifecycle. So many people ask are interested to know as a consultant how familiar you are with the software development lifecycle for any big project execution or any small enhancement you are working on, or you are going to do any kind of administration or automation or installation configuration stuff. But you have to be very well familiar with SDLC, software development lifecycle. All right, so let's go over that really quick. So what I'm going to do is, let me open a notepad. All right, so Tableau is one reporting and dashboarding tool, right? So it's pretty much similar to any other reporting tool, but before we start on that, we need to focus on SDLC. What is SDLC? I'll just give very high level. I'll not go in very deeper level of SDLC. You can find lots of material when you in the internet, but let me give you just high level what you need to know when you start developing or you start joining as a developer to build a Tableau dashboard or report. Okay, software development lifecycle. So in generally, when you join a project team, the first phase of the project, so there are multiple phases in the software development lifecycle process. So the phase one is the requirement gathering. So you need to understand whoever is the business analyst, or if you are the person who is going to work with the business, the end user who is going to use this report, or what they are doing, how they are doing the current system. So you have to understand current system. So if they are using Excel, so you need to understand what type of Excel they are using, what format they are maintaining the reports, what are the prototypes they have currently used in their Excel. So understand the current system, then gather the requirement. So what they are doing today and what they are looking for. So when they purchase a tool, Tableau or any other reporting tool, they have some expectation, right? So they need to understand what they are doing today and what more benefits they are going to get out of this product. So first you understand the current system, or whoever is the business analyst, they will understand, they will gather the requirement and then get the BRD. Excuse me. So this is called business requirement document. So first you will get the BRD, and then the BRD will be sign off. So that means you you prepare the BRD and that business requirement document has been accepted by the business, saying yes, this is what we need to be developed, to be built from this product, and these are the expectation. So they will give you all the functional requirements as well as what they are doing on a day-to-day basis, right? So that's your first phase of your project is requirement gathering, where the inputs will be gathered, collected from the business users, and the output will be a business requirement document, a BRD. And then finally, you have to review the BRD and you have to sign off. When you review it, you need to make sure what you have captured or what your business analyst has captured is aligned with what business is looking for. All right. So both parties should be on agreement and say yes, this is what we are looking for, to avoid the last minute change. If you miss something in the requirement, then that's going to create lots of change requests during the testing phase or during the go live or even post go live. To avoid that kind of conflict, that kind of maintenance work, we always focus on a solid BRD to capture each and every requirements from the business by understanding their current system, by looking at they might be having hundreds of Excel templates, Excel workbook, which they use for their day-to-day reporting. We need to understand that and finalize, okay, these are the usable reports and what are the frequency of the reports, which are weekly reports, which are monthly reports, which are daily reports. Say Apple as a company, when they're launching a new product, they keep looking at the reports every hour, how many back orders for their iPhone, how many has been already dispatched, how many on the pipeline. So that kind of track, because they have to present that to the market, to the Wall Street, saying, okay, within this much 5 hours or 6 hours, we have sold that many quantity of iPhone 6. So in that way, they need to look at the report by geography, by region, by department, and how much quantity they have sold. So in that kind of sense, you need to understand the business requirement, how frequently they look for report, and which report you are building for what purpose. So the all will be captured in the business requirement document, right? So that's about your requirement gathering, first phase of your SDLC, software development application. Any project you work on, not only related only to Tableau, it is a generic process. There are different other methods came like Agile, where it will be very short span of execution, weekly, 2 weekly, or monthly implementation. But in general, you just need to know the software development lifecycle. Okay, so after the requirement gathering is done, the BRD is there, then the design phase. So in the design phase, you have to create FSD. So that is nothing but your functional design document. So what is the difference between functional and technical? So people ask, what are the functional aspect of your project? So when we say functional, let's say you are building an operational expenses report. So in that expenses report, you need to track the expenses, or you need to calculate the tax. So whatever calculation you are doing, whatever business logic you are implementing in your report, that's your functional. So business is using their current system, and they know what requirement they have, right? So if they have lots of VBA macros or Excel formulas maintained in their currently used Excel workbook, you are going to convert that into your technical point of view in the report. So that's your functional requirement. Business will say, this is the functionality of the report we are looking for. If you are creating a expense report, if you are creating a headcount report, so there is a specific functional requirement behind it, then that's will be captured in the FSD. So once your FSD is done, then you have to go into the next step of it, where you will prepare the technical design document. So part of the technical design document, now you are going one level down. So you got the BRD, which is very high level, captured by the business, like just one liner you might see for one particular requirement. What is their expectation? Now you got the functional requirement. What is the functionality behind that requirement? Now going to the third level of this design phase is called technical design. So there what you are going to do, you are going to do a feasibility study. So it's not like whatever business asks is doable. So you need to find out what is feasible, what is not feasible, what this tool is capable of. So if the tool is capable of doing this heat map or a geographical mapping, then you can say yes, it is doable. If it is not doable, that means it is not feasible. So before committing to a solution to the business, you need to make sure you understand what can be done through this tool. So every tool has a certain limitation, so do not overcommit saying yes, that is doable. So you need to know, like once we cover day by day session, you'll come to know what can be done, what cannot be done through Tableau, what are the limitation of the tool, and what are the out of box like enhanced feature of the tool, so which you can customize and leverage part of your requirement, right? So in that way you need to understand and you need to capture that in the technical design document. Go by each and every functional requirement and analyze it and put it the very detailed level information in the technical design document. So sometimes we call this technical design document as high level design document or low level design document. Okay, so high level design document or low level design document. Just get used to these terms, because many times people ask, every organization maintain their own naming convention. Sometimes we merge everything, HLD, LLD, functional FSD into one document called technical design document. So in that technical design document, you will see all the functional aspect of it, how you will implement each and every functional aspect, as well as that will give you the prototypes and snapshot for your implementation or your development. So before jumping into development directly, make sure you understand all these things. That will make your life easy when you go for the development. If you know what you can do in Excel, then you can do that in the Tableau or any other reporting tool. First thing is you need to prototype each and every requirement, reporting requirement. When we talk about reporting, when we talk about dashboarding, make sure you are well familiar with the prototyping the same in Excel. So first you prototype, then you jump for the development. Okay, so that's pretty much on the design phase. So once the design is done, then we go for the development, right? So for the development, see, like why I'm going with phase by phase, because each phase is depends on other. So one phase will be input and one document will be output. So here BRD is the input and technical design document is the output. Then again for development, your technical design will be the input, and then your programming or the coding, whatever you do, that will be your output. So here you are going to do the development, right? So in development, then after the development you will do the unit testing. So this is part of the developer. So developer has to do the unit testing. So what you are writing, you are testing it. Is that really matching what business is looking for or not? So if the calculated value, whatever derived value is as expected or not. So suppose you have some computed column to see the profit percentage or to check the discount percentage. So take that data in Excel, do a Excel formula and match with the report. If your report output and your Excel both reconcile each other, then you can say, yeah, that's what we are expecting and it looks good. So that is part of your unit testing. That is not something business is going to do. That is you are going to do part of your development as a unit test. We sometimes prepare some certain test case by looking at the technical design document. Okay, these are the basic testing I need to perform part of my development exercise. So that's called unit test report. So we finally give a unit test report to the development to the QA team, whoever is going to do the quality analysis testing. Okay, so then let me say development. So after development is done, you did the unit testing. So once unit testing is completed, then it will go for QA testing. So QA team is completely different team who will test your code. So they will write some QA test cases They also do the performance testing. So it's not just like you developed something and it will be usable by the business user even if it takes 5 minutes to generate a report. It's not like that. So there is a KPI. So business will say, I need these reports to be loaded in 1 minute, not more than that. It should be within the 1 minute. So then there will be some performance testing to be done by the QA team, saying how much time, if 10 users access this report at the same time, what is the performance, how quickly the report is responding. So that's all about your QA testing. They will do the load testing, performance testing, as well as they will do the functional testing. So they will check each and every functional requirement requested by the business. Is that meeting what you have developed or what you have delivered by the report? So the QA team sometimes some companies do skip this phase. If they have like running out of budget, they will say, we don't have a QA, but we want our developer to do the thorough testing. So in that case, your unit testing, QA testing can be merged together and you can do that, right? So then it will go for user acceptance testing, UAT. So this is the phase of testing. So after the development, the phase is called testing. So in the testing phase, so what we do generally first, so you have done the development in the development instance. So when I say instance, just think about the environment or the server. Every company maintain multiple instance. So development, test, UAT, then production. So it's not like directly you will be doing that in the production. You will not be allowed to do the development in the production instance, right? So you will be doing the development in the development instance, then you will migrate the code to test instance. So before we start the testing, so we have to migrate the code to test instance. So always remember this workflow. This is very important. Anywhere you work, any project, irrespective of the product or tool you are working on, this workflow is very important to understand. So that way you can relate who is doing what. In your team you might be having 10 people, but 2 people might be taking care of the server. There are different instance, development server, test server, UAT and production. So you will be interacting with them. So if somebody says, hey, did you migrate the code to test? So you should know that what is that concept, what is the migration of code. So migration of code happens when there is multiple environment and your development is done, developer has access to the development instance, then they have to migrate the code to test instance where the testing will be performed. So it's not like wherever you do the development, there you do the testing, there you give business user access for user acceptance testing. It's not like that. So there are different instance environment company maintain for following that life cycle or the workflow of code migration from one environment to other. So migrate the code from dev to test. Then same way, once your QA testing is done, then migrate the code from test to UAT. So UAT is the user acceptance testing. Sometimes what we do, the user acceptance to UAT works and production are always in sync, 1 day delay. So today production will be overnight copied to the UAT because that is a backup for any kind of production issues or production failover. So we can just debug the issue in UAT. So we cannot debug that again in development because it is accessible by multiple people. So we cannot use that for debugging the production issue. So for the support team perspective, what they do, they always keep production and UAT in sync so that they can just debug any kind of production issues or support issues arise any point of time. So that's why before your code is migrated to production, it will go to UAT, which will be very accurate or synchronized data of production. 1 day delay might be, but it will give you the exact output. So in your development instance, you might be having some sample data or 1 quarter or 2 quarter old data. But in UAT, you will be having very much similar data as production. So if business user will look at their report, they can do a reconciliation very quickly. So they already have their Excel template from production environment, and your code has been migrated to UAT, which is pointing to very much same data as production. So the report what you will be generating through Tableau dashboard or Tableau reports, that can be easily reconciled with the business users Excel worksheet. So that's why we allow the user to connect to UAT. So whatever security access they have, whichever reports, whichever departments they have access in production, that will be available in UAT. So in generally, business does not access to development environment, because that is your IT or that is your development team's environment. So there will be lots of stuff, whereas in UAT it is very clean, very similar to the production environment, part of the pre-cutover activity. So we make sure business is well familiar with the reports, any kind of training, any kind of demonstration, any user manual, everything will be prepared on top of the UAT instance. Right, so the business will be doing the user acceptance testing, who will be done by business. When I say business, just think about the end user, whoever is the end user who is going to use the report. That is what I'm using the term called business, because that is a real-time term people will be using when you will be working in a project. So we'll be saying, oh, business user will be doing the testing. So who is business? So business is the department or the person who are going to use these reports. So they are the business users. So take an example of finance. So whoever is the financial analyst or financial FP&A managers or your department head or directors, part of that, they are the business users. So you need to give them the access to your reports so they can use your report. All right. So that's the overall life cycle. So once your development is done, then you are moving one step ahead, migrating your code and doing the testing. And then once the testing is done, then after the UAT sign off, you are migrating the code to the production. Migrating to production. Okay, so hope you will remember this workflow, because this is very important. The overall life cycle, when you develop something, how it flow from one environment to other, so that business will be using that in the production environment. All right, so now coming to the Tableau. So Tableau is a reporting tool. So just like any other reporting tool, any other dashboarding tool, it has very easy visualization and low cost for implementation, which is very important for small to medium scale organization. They implement this project, they focus on the expenses, how much cost, how much they charge for the licensing. So in this case, it is very low cost for implementation, and then easy navigation. Okay, so we'll come to that. What is easy navigation and what are the product line in Tableau? So Tableau is the company, but it has different products under the umbrella of Tableau. So then we will go over it. What is Tableau server? What is Tableau desktop? So two important things we will be going over. One is Tableau server, one is Tableau desktop. Okay, so Tableau server, which hosts the data source, which hosts the reports, which will be accessible through web. Tableau desktop is your desktop version where the developer GUI, so developer graphical user interface, which will be used by the developer to develop the dashboard. Okay, so once you develop the dashboard, then you are going to publish that in the Tableau server. So there are two things, one is Tableau server and one is Tableau desktop. There are certain other products, will come to that, but always remember these are the two very important component of the Tableau product umbrella. So one is Tableau server and one is Tableau desktop. Okay, so the second important thing is Tableau only Tableau server runs on the Windows environment. It is not going to run on the Linux environment. Okay, so far they have not come up with compatibility with the Unix, whereas it runs on the Windows environment. It does run on the Mac, like You can run that in the tablet, or you can run it on the iPad, iPod, wherever you want. So that feature has come, but it is not supported in Unix or Linux. So it has to be running in the Windows environment. So that is one thing is good or bad, but it's good for the developer perspective, because you are not going to write any cron job or any kind of complex Unix shell scripting for scheduling any job. So it's very simple Windows scheduler, and whatever you do through day-to-day in your own laptop, you'll be well familiar with the folder structure, the scheduling of the backup, or automating the load process, or publishing the reports. So everything can be done through Windows command, which is really easier than Unix. So that's a Tableau server, and then Tableau desktop is your desktop version where you will be doing the development and before you publish it into the server. All right, so let's move on to the slide deck, and then all right, so this is overall. So this is product history. I'll skip the theoretical portion because we'll go more practical into the product in the live demonstration, so that it will be easy for you guys to visualize and understand. But overall product history, this is a startup in Mountain View, California, 2003. So it has different product components under its umbrella. Tableau desktop, Tableau server. These two things are very important, as I said. Then there are other products like Tableau Online, Tableau Reader, and Tableau Public. So what is the Tableau Reader? So Tableau Reader comes free as a read-only product. So you don't need an extra license for Tableau Reader. So for example, if a certain top management or executive, they just want to view the reports, they are not the advanced user who can develop the report, then you do not need to give them the license for Tableau desktop. So they can use Tableau Reader, which is free product from Tableau, which can be used for viewing the reports. So they cannot edit the report, they cannot modify any of the components, but they can view the packaged workbook, the packaged report. Okay, Tableau Public. So there are very like important and very good question people ask. What is the difference between Tableau Server and Tableau Public? So public, you just think in this way, this is the hosted server on cloud. So Tableau has come up with cloud-based service. So you do not need to host the server, physical server on your premises. You want to use the cloud-based service provided by Tableau. So you have to purchase it, but by free of cost, they give 2 GB of 2 GB of free space. As a developer or as a beginner, if you are practicing something, you can open a free account in Tableau Public. You'll get 2 GB of space. You can publish your report, and it will be available worldwide through web. So you can control the security. You can control if you are purchasing Tableau Public. Say I need 40 gigs of space. They will provide you 40 gigs. Then you can create an account. You can manage your reports. You can control the security to whom you want to provide the access. So all those stuff you can do, but by free of cost, they give 2 GB for your practice. You can build the report. You can publish into the Tableau Public. You do not need a Tableau server in your machine to practice or to learn Tableau. So you can just download the desktop. Even they give 1 year free for the students. If you have a student ID, you just send an email to the Tableau support. They'll give you a license key. You can use that for using the Tableau desktop for a year. So you can use that Tableau desktop and develop your report, then publish it in the public, which is nothing but, you can say, hosted server on cloud. So you are not hosting your own server, whereas you are publishing your report on the Tableau cloud service providing. All right. So there you can visit this tableausoftware.com. You'll get lots of information. If you go to the public, you'll understand what is Tableau Public, how the cloud-based service is hosted on Tableau, not by your organization on premises. So that minimize your cost for maintenance. So they will charge you low cost, give you the benefits. You can host your reports. You can they will maintain it. You are not going to maintain anything. So that way the company can minimize their maintenance and support cost for Tableau server. So that's the feature of Tableau Public. So it started early 2003, but it catch up the market around 2006-7, where the Tableau 8 came into market. Tableau 7 and 8, and now very latest release was 8.2.3. So it came last year in September. So that's about the Tableau product overview and product history. All right, so let's take 5 minutes break, and then we'll come back and we'll start again. We'll continue why Tableau. All right. All right, guys. So why Tableau? So that's a good question. So why Tableau? Why not any other reporting tool? There are several reporting tools in the market, right? So let's talk about OBIE. It's a very good reporting tool. There are Cognos from IBM. That's a good reporting tool. We have BO Crystal Reports, which is product of SAP. Every company has the one reporting tool. Then why Tableau? So that's a good question, but as I said, remember it's a low cost implementation, a low cost for small to medium scale organization from the expense standpoint. For the licensing point of view, low cost. Third is the easy to visualize, the easy visualization and right information to the right person for the decision making. It has the feature of drill off, drill down, drill through. You can just go any granular level to look at your data. You can go to the higher level, so that feature is also there. Easy to build. From the developer standpoint, it's easy for building the dashboard, or for the advanced user also it is easy for navigate and build the own dashboard for ad hoc reporting, and better visualization and quick real-time report. Okay, the last important one is the cost efficiency and low implementation cost. So that's why people choose Tableau. So in place of going with a high cost like any other reporting tool, so they can go for Tableau. All right. All right. So this slide, what does it say? How many nines? So why Tableau? This slide will give you the answer why Tableau. So Tableau is a visualization tool. It's a very good visualization tool. So here in this slide deck, if you say how many nines, you have to keep counting the nines row by row, right? But if you jump into the next slide, so now if I highlight that in a different color, then you can easily count how many nines, right? So that's the difference between the previous slide and this slide is visualization. So how your presentation, how your visualization look at the report, that make much difference in place of any other reporting tool. So the Tableau, the core engine of Tableau is called VSQL. So visualization structure query language. The way you create PL/SQL for Oracle or T-SQL for Teradata, the same way you are not writing any kind of PL/SQL code or commands, but you are using all the out-of-box menu which has already been integrated with those SQL transactions to pull the data either from flat file or from relational database or from multidimensional database or from Excel, wherever you connect, it has all out-of-box adapters. We'll come to that to connect to different data source, and then build your worksheet, build your workbook, and then you publish it. So the most important thing is the visualization, and for that visualization, when you drag and drop, automatically Tableau engine built a which SQL. So the people ask, like, what is the query behind Tableau? How does it pull the data? So that is not PL SQL. That is called VIZ SQL, which is for visualization structure query language. So it is own SQL. You cannot see that code, but if you go to the log file, then you can see every request you render, it will have that query generated in the backend in the Tableau server, and then pulls back the data to you. The total duration from the request goes from the desktop, execute the query in the backend, bring you back. It's called report rendering time. So people ask, like, what is report rendering time? So that's from the end user's request to the response. So in between, it goes, send the request to the server, execute the query, execute the which SQL, and it will return back the result. That's called report rendering time. Alright, so this is the overall architecture. So what's the Tableau architecture? It's same way, the 3-tier architecture. So one is your data source, and another one is your desktop, where you connect to the data source, build the report, or maybe end user who can use through desktop or through Tableau reader. And another one will be your Tableau server. So either you, after your development is done, then you publish the report in the Tableau server on premises or on cloud. So just keep in that mind. So Tableau server is a physical box which will be sitting on premises to your company, but Tableau public is hosted by Tableau. So you are purchasing the storage, purchasing how much space you want, and they will maintain it and part of their cloud service. So you just need to create your account and you publish your report, you manage your security control and everything for your report, you schedule your report, all those things. So that's Tableau public, which will minimize, which will cut down your expenses for maintaining the hardware and server in your premises. All right. So 3-tier architecture, there are different data source. We'll come to that, how Tableau desktop can connect to multiple data source, and what are the data sources it does supports. So any day-to-day use data source Tableau does supports, and it has the adapter to connect and bring the tables, brings the data, brings the column, and you can create your own data model in the Tableau desktop itself. So after you create your connection, you can save that connection. So one time you create a connection, you save that for the future use, or any other team who is working on the Tableau dashboard, they want to use the same HR database. So one time you create connection, save the connection in the Tableau server, and then whoever is coming on developing or enhancement doing, they can connect to the same server for the database side. All right. So Tableau public is free, but it's free in the sense it's 2 GB free for your practice, or for example, just a startup. So they just want to market their product, or they want to market their revenue. They can just use free of cost Tableau 2 GB and publish 2 or 3 kind of slide deck and say, okay, these are our revenue, these are our product marketing and sales profit. So that kind of free advertisement also can be done through Tableau public. Okay, so that's a free 2 GB. But if you are building reports for your enterprise, you definitely need to use dedicated storage. You don't need to make that open to all. You need to control through security, which will be public, which will not be public, which will be for specific users. That kind of stuff you need to purchase public the advanced features, which are hosted by Tableau itself on cloud. All right. That's why they're defining in the two public and public premium. Premium means you are hosting your own, you are purchasing. Public is just free, and it's open to all. All right. So these are the key difference. So desktop, where you build the report, where you create the report. Server, you publish the report, because you need a place, right? So it's not like you just develop in your own laptop and you just everyone can access it. It's not like that. So the report what you are building in your desktop is your local to your machine. So you need to publish it on the server so that it will be available for others who can access to the Tableau server on web, and they can view the project, and they can view the worksheet, and they can view the workbook, all the reports, whatever they have access. Second thing is, in the server you have to integrate with the Active Directory. So nobody is going to use their own native user again for accessing the Tableau server. So you need to integrate your Microsoft Active Directory so that it will enable the single sign-on for you. So the way you log into your laptop, same way you can access to the Tableau server, log in with your same user ID, password, same credential to access the dashboards. So that integration, I'll show you that how you configure Tableau server. It's very easy to install, configure, and maintain. So if you are going to work on the installation side of it, nothing to worry about it. It's a Windows based, and it's very easy to do the installation, 4-step installation, and then after that you just do 5-tab configuration. Each tab has very explanatory definition, what needs to be there, what needs to be the parameter to configure Tableau server. Okay, so we'll go over that. So 4-step installation and then 5-tab configuration. Remember that's it for Tableau server. So once you do that, then additional advanced stuff will come to the end of our training session. How you automate the publishing the reports, like you develop something in the desktop, so manually you are publishing. So in place of doing manually, if you place your reports in one common share folder, then how the Tableau server can consume that folder, automatically publish the reports from that folder to Tableau server. So that kind of automation can be done through tab command. So this is called tab tab command. So that we will see in the last day of our training session. But at this point, just remember, we install the Tableau server, we configure the server with a Microsoft Active Directory, we have an admin user, and then after we develop the reports, we publish the report in the Tableau server so that it can be accessible by everybody throughout the organization who has access to specific reports, specific URL. Alright, Tableau Reader is local, so you can just, like desktop, you can download Tableau Reader in your machine. So that is for read only. So you build one report and you just send that package through email, or you just send through USB drive, and they will take it and paste, keep it in their desktop. So if they have the reader, they can open that package, the report package, and they can view the reports, and they cannot edit. That is only for visualization, read-only visualization. But they can apply the filter, they can sort it. So those features, generic features, what any regular user does, that features are available, but they cannot edit it. Alright, so Tableau Public is public to all, but if you purchase it, make it public premium. So that means it is controlled by your organization. The dedicated storage is for you, so you can just have that controlled environment, but you can cut down the maintenance of Tableau server on premises. Alright, so that's the 4 product. Remember this is a very important. People ask many times, what's the difference between public and public premium? What's the difference between desktop and reader? I'll come back to that sometime. I will ask you the same question. Make sure you differentiate, you understand the one-liner between desktop and reader, between the server and the public, between the public and the public premium. So these are the 5 product line. Always remember: desktop, server, reader, public, public premium. Alright, so as I said, the very simple workflow. First you install and configure the server, then you install the desktop in your machine, and then from the desktop, so when you saw the architecture diagram, you have to create the connection, because you have to pull the data from any data source, either it is from Excel or it is from relational database, or it is from multidimensional database. You have to establish the connection. After you create the connection, then you create the worksheet. So what is worksheet? So that is nothing but your each if you open Excel, you have one sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, like that. So same way Tableau has that feature to create worksheet 1, worksheet 2, worksheet 3. So that is nothing but one tab in your report development cycle. So you can create the worksheet, then you can integrate the worksheet into one dashboard. Okay, so first you create the connection, then you build a worksheet. In the worksheet you have to create your visualization. You have to drag which will be in the row, which will be in the column, what will be in the filters, everything. You did your visualization, you build your visualization, then finally you create one dashboard and integrate the worksheet. So dashboard is the collection of worksheet. So in the dashboard you have different objects can be integrated into one dashboard, and then the dashboard can be published into the server, or you can publish it into Tableau public. So either it is in your on-premises hosted server, or it is the public server which is on the cloud, Tableau public. So that's the basic workflow. If somebody asks what is the workflow of development lifecycle, so once you are done installation, configuration, desktop, create connection, save the connection for repurpose, for reusing, then you develop the worksheet. Within the worksheet, build your own visualization as per your requirement. Then finally you create the dashboard. So maintain the naming convention, so that what worksheet for what purpose you are creating, so that it will be for sales dashboard, for profit and loss, for departmental headcount. There are lots of different requirement. Each requirement wise, give a meaningful name to the worksheet, so that you will understand why this worksheet has been built. Finally you create the dashboard and publish the dashboard. So you are publishing the dashboard in server, or you are publishing the dashboard in the Tableau public. Okay, if you are publishing on the server, then whoever has access to that URL, server URL, they can go to the server URL and look at the reports. Alright, so as I said, 4-step installation configuration. So you see that 1, 2, 3, 4. So first you download the server software. I'm just giving highlights, not going in detail, because this is very easy to install the Tableau server, similar to any other free product you are installing in your laptop. It's Windows based, so it's really easy for downloading and installing. So you install that, and then it will ask you for activation code. Give the activation, and then you configure it. So in the configuration, basically you will be providing the credential for Active Directory. So either you have Active Directory MSID, there you have an admin ID, you can use that. So once you set up the Active Directory, that means it is enabling your single sign-on. So why we configure Active Directory? Because we do not want to maintain native users, and we don't want to create users and again create password for them, and they have to use specifically those username password. It's not good. So everybody wants single sign-on. So if you integrate with Outlook MSID, automatically whatever Windows login ID password you have to use your laptop or computer, same you can use for accessing the Tableau on server. All right. So once you install and configure, then when you access the server URL, so this will give you like this. So you log in with administrator, then you can see the left side, project, workbook, views, data source. So as I said, when you create a connection, you can save the data source in the server, so that if any other team wants to work on other report which has the requirement to connect to the same data source, they can reuse it. They can connect to the same data source rather than again creating a new data source having the same connection information, say HR database. So they don't want to create multiple data source for same HR database with different name. So it's always good to have one connection, save it, whoever comes in, they can reuse the same data source for their workbook build. So that's how you have that menu options. So there are the options like you can delete, you can permission, you can give the permission to different workbook. So for sales growth, if you want to give access to only to the particular region or particular user, you can go to the permission and you can give it to that respective user. All right, so view is similar to the view you create on a table. So if you go to the PL SQL in Oracle, so you create table. So within the table is the physical table, right? So view is a semantic layer on top of your physical layer. So in a table, for example, in a table you have 100 columns, but for your requirement you just need 10 columns out of 100. So you do not need to use the direct physical table. So what you can do is you can create a view on top of the table, so that you just worried about only those 10 columns out of 100. You don't care about other 90 columns, and that way it will improve the performance, it will improve the security, and it will also minimize the maintenance. Why we use view? Because view is a shadow subset on top of your physical table, right? So same way here, the view is a subset on top of the master dashboard. So suppose there is one worksheet which has been developed where you have all 100 departments, sales and profit, but I'm a department owner for only for finance or HR. So I don't want to see marketing, IT, legal, what all other departments are doing. I'm just concerned about my department. So what I can do is I can create a view where I can just select those departments. I will just say keep only finance and HR. Then automatically the report what has been built, which has all the 100 departments, will only keep finance and HR. So in that way, so if you see right click, so it is doing a keep only. Hold on. So it is doing a right click keep only. We'll go over that in the tool itself. In that way, it will keep only those two departments. So it become a view on top of the master worksheet or master workbook has been developed. So similar concept, but here you are not writing any code. You are just navigating through the menu options. You right click, it will give you the option to keep only. So automatically it creates a view for you. So that's the beauty of this tool, and it's really easy to learn, easy to develop hundreds of dashboard in short span of time, because you are not writing any programming. You are just doing everything through the navigation menu options provided out of box. All right. Okay, so then once you did that, then you can share the view. So you can just copy that link and you send it to the email. So whoever has again a Tableau reader or Tableau access, they can click on that and they will view that. So it will easily, you can build your own view, send it across to your top management who wants to look at the departmental profit or sales or headcount, and at the right time, in a short span of time. All right. So now let's jump back a little to the tool itself. All right. So once you install that, what will happen is if you go to Tableau server, so you see that if you have Tableau server installed, so then you will see that Tableau server. Then here there is an option called configure Tableau server. Manage product key. Suppose your license has been expired, you can click on manage product key and then you can update the product key which has been provided by Tableau. So you can renew the contract and you can update the product key. Okay, here there is one called Tableau server monitor, which can monitor the performance of the server, how many users are active, and all these statistics you can capture from this Tableau server monitor. This is a really good feature from Tableau. So now let's go here to configure Tableau server. So as I said, the installation is really easy, just like any other software. You download it and then you go with the 4-step. It will be installed in your machine. But the second step is to the configuration. So in that configuration, you'll see there are four tabs basically, which will drive the whole configuration process. Okay, came back. All right. So if you see that here, so this is Tableau server configuration. The first thing it will ask is the user authentication. So if you have an admin ID, then you can either you give your Windows account where the password. So once you configure that, then it will ask you the Active Directory information. So what is the domain and what is the name. So this is not licensed product. So once you activate the product, then you will get the full feature where you can configure that with the Active Directory. Okay. Now going to the data connection. So here there is a very good option that is called caching. Okay. So you can give this option one time in the server, so that what happens is every time you run the report, if same report is running multiple times, so it holds the data in the cache. So it does not refresh very often. So there are different kind of connection will come to that when you go to the desktop, but here you can control the data caching in the server itself. So how frequently you want to refresh the cache. So in that way, if you are rendering the same report again and again, what happens is it responds really fast, because there is no data change, there is no rows or columns or any kind of filter change. Exactly same data you are retrieving again and again. So everything will be pulled from the cache. It will not re-execute the SQL again on the backend database. So that is the beauty, where you can just pull the data multiple times by refreshing the cache, or by pulling the data again and again from the cache itself. Okay. So refresh less often, refresh more often, or you can give a specific time saying refresh every 10 minutes. So that automatically it will pull the data, hold it on the server cache, and then when you retrieve the report, automatically it will pull it from cache, not from the backend table every time you execute it. All right. This is server level setting, remember it. So we can do lots of stuff from the desktop. We'll go over that, but these are the basic things which we do from the server side. Okay, so if you have two servers, suppose sometimes what we do is we have multiple server with clustering. We can add multiple server and we can use the processor in balance. So in that kind of load balancing environment, we can use multiple server in the servers as well. So if you have two server in the load balance, you will have two server here, and automatically the request will go on the active or active passive, that kind of mode. So if one is active, one is down, automatically the request will go to the first one. If the second one is active and first one is down, the request will automatically redirect to the second one. So sometimes company maintain two server in the load balancing mode to avoid the downtime, to make the system available 24/7. So if one goes down for maintenance, other is off, or if other one goes down, then the first one is off. So that is how people make the system 24/7 availability. All right. Coming to the alert and subscription. So here again, once your MSID is configured, then you can enable this alert for the server health issue. Like if server is hanging for a long time, or some user request or some queries are running for a long time, so you can get this notification. After that, the admin or support guy, whoever is working, they will connect to the server. Either they will kill the session, or they will understand what's going on, why the query is taking so long, or how many active sessions or active users hanging around, or any job failed. So those kind of email notification you can just set up here in one time and you can get it. All right, so here sometimes we do certificate exchange, SSL certificate file, but generally company does not do that. But basically you need to know these four tabs: general tab, data connection, server, and alert and subscription. These are the only four basic stuff we do part of the Tableau server configuration. It's easy because it is Windows based and you have this one-time setup, and that's it. All right, so after you do that, once your server is ready, up and running, everything is done. So now the next step is your Tableau desktop. Okay, so you can go here or you can create the shortcut in the desktop itself. Where is the shortcut? Yeah. So now let's open to the Tableau desktop. So these are the two products. So first you configure, install and configure the server, and second is you are into the Tableau desktop where you are going to develop the dashboard. So once you develop the dashboard, then finally we'll publish it on the Tableau public or on the Tableau server. Okay, so you see this is the landing page of Tableau desktop. Okay, so Tableau itself gives you some of the like out-of-box videos you can watch to get an understanding on how to navigate all these things in the Tableau desktop. But if you look at this, you can see that connect to data. So that means if you click here or you go here file menu, so you new or you open from an existing report, or you have a data connect to data. So whatever you see here in this left panel, same thing you can do through this menu options. Connect data. Server, if you have the server, you can sign in, or you can open a workbook from the server, or you go with the Tableau public. Okay, so Tableau public is hosted by Tableau on cloud, but if you are going with the server, you have to log in with your Active Directory or whatever login ID, and then you open the workbook. Okay, and then there is a help menu. You can find lots of help documents and stuff for your requirement. Okay, so now let's go with the connect to data, because when you connect to the desktop, the first step part of the workflow we talked about is connect to data. So if you click on this, then it will take you the data connection window. So here there is a cancel button. If you click cancel, it will take you back to your landing page. You click cancel. Okay, so you click on connect data. Alright, so when you click connect data, so here it says in file. So look at this. This will be a question I will ask later point of time. What are the file system Tableau supports? So Tableau supports Access, Tableau support Excel, Tableau support text file, Tableau support import from workbook. So if you have already one workbook developed and you want to reuse that workbook to build another dashboard on top of it, then you can import from workbook. Then another one called TDE, Tableau data extract. So you can build a workbook, you can save it as a data extract, and you can reuse that connection for this new report building. So these are the four file type it supports. One is Tableau data extract, one is Microsoft Access, one is Excel, text file, and import from workbook. Alright, those are in the file. Now coming to the server. So whatever connection you have already in the Tableau server, you can reuse it, or you can use these adapters. So you see that, so it has Oracle, it has IBM DB2, you have IBM Natija, Hadoop, then you have Oracle, PL SQL, MySQL. Here you see that is called Oracle SBase, which is nothing but a multi-dimensional database. You have lots of SAP, Salesforce, SAP HANA, Teradata. So lots of database it supports out of box. So you can create other ODBC connection and you can create the database as well. So let's say you want to create Oracle. So you click here, you give the server name. For example, suppose I will give my Oracle has been installed in my machine. I say localhost. My schema name is OraDB. Okay. I give the username, password. So this credential you will be collecting from your DBA, whoever maintaining the database. Suppose once you understand what database you are going to need the access to build your report, you can request for the same, so they will get you the access, and after that you can create a connection. I'll just show you how to create the connection. Now click on connect. So what it will do, it will create a connection to your database. So it will connect to a HR database. then it will pull all the tables belongs to that database. So now you see that. So here you have I created the connection to OraDB schema. So whatever database I have, so it shows me HR database. So I connected to HR, then it shows me all the list of tables here. You have country, department, employee, job history, location, region, everything I can see here. All right. So you can even search here. You say I want to see EM. So automatically it will wildcard search. It will bring you only the tables starts with EM. So if you say I want to just see for everything starts with C, it will give you only the tables or views belongs to countries and location where there is a C. All right. So once you establish a connection, so you can see all the tables and you can build your own data model for your reporting requirement. As I said, you might be having hundreds and thousands of tables in your data warehouse. So you do not need all thousands tables to be available in your data source. So what you need, you just need one or two. So say I need only the employee, then just drag that employee and drop it here. So what it will do, it will just pull, execute and give you the data. So you are not writing anything for all right. So now you see that. So it pulls all the employee ID, name, all the information from that employee table. So you are not writing any select statement, but exactly the same exercise. Let me quickly go back to SQL Developer. We'll go in detail for each and every commands, every menu options throughout the training session, but I'm just giving you highlights on how it is different from any other reporting tool, or in place of you writing SQL, PL SQL statements, everything what you are doing here is you are dragging, dropping, leveraging the menu options basically. All right. So whatever you can do through your PL SQL statements, everything you can do in Tableau through the menu options. But you are not writing any scripts for this. You just need to know what are the menu navigations you need to use for that particular purpose. All right. So here, for example, say this is the backend way of going to the same table. So this is my HR database. Okay, so that I have list of tables. So I have list of tables, right? Countries, department, employees, all these things. So let me write a select statement. Select star from employees. Okay, so here you are writing a select statement to pull this information, whereas there you just drag and drop. The Tableau itself execute that query for you and it gives you the employee data. So now, for example, you want to create a small data model by joining two tables. So you have one is employee and say one is department. So now you want to join this employee with this department. Right. So let's say go back to this backend query. Select star from departments. All right. So it has department ID, department name, manager ID, and manager name. Whereas in the employee table, you have department ID, right? So if you want to join this two table by department ID so that you can pull the department name, then what you can do is you say I want to join this where employee dot department ID is equals to this department table dot department ID. right? So in place of doing that join here, so what you do here, drag the department and drop it here. So there are different options. So this is one way of building a small data model so that you can reuse that for your report development, or you can write your own custom SQL. Then there is something called here called new custom SQL. So what you can do is you just create a SQL there in the SQL developer or tool, and then you bring here and copy and paste. Okay, so here you see automatically it creates a join. Okay, employee ID is equals to manager ID, and then department ID is equals to department ID. So I don't need this employee ID is equals to manager ID. I just need the department ID is equals to this department ID, and if we have an inner join, we'll join that. Or you can make a left join or right join or full outer join. I think you just need to know the basic of SQL so that you can just leverage that here by just controlling through this navigation. Otherwise, if you don't know what is join, then you will again have a question like what is inner join, what is left join, what is the right join, and what is the full outer join. Those are basic PL SQL commands. Whatever you write through in the backend table, in place of doing that through command, you can just see that option available here. You can just directly select either you want a left join or you want to join inner join, and accordingly you can just say update data. So now you see that you create the join, department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID. So all this information combinedly come together in this result set. All right, so if you go back to the worksheet, now automatically it will show you all the columns joined by employee and department table, and then finally you can build your report. Okay, so same thing, whatever I did by joining these two, if I write a SQL here, say I need employee name, I need employee ID, first name, last name, from this comma. So let's start from department. So let me see what is the departments. So there are two options, like if you say I want this dp underscore department underscore name from this, where emp dot department underscore id is equals to dp dot department underscore id. Okay. Thank you. Okay. VMP. All right. So now you see we just created a join between two tables by department ID. I just employee ID, first name, last name, and the department name. So in place of doing this, if I just say I will copy this program and then I will take it here, I say I want to create a new custom SQL. So in place of you drag and drop, create the join. If you feel comfortable, do that. If not, there is another option they have given saying it is called new custom SQL. Okay, so now what you can do, drag and drop here, and then you click, you copy and paste your syntax here, whatever you are writing exactly in the SQL developer, you bring that here and click on OK. Just give me a second. Yep. So now it shows you all the employees, departments, and then it just think like it is a view. So you can create that custom SQL. Let me delete this. Let me delete this as well. So you drag here and paste it, then click OK. So now you have that custom SQL, whatever you have written in the SQL developer, you brought it here, create your own query, and then you see only employee ID, first name, last name, and department. So it execute that query for you. You are not going to do anything. Tableau is going to control all the options for you. You just need to know what you are doing. Either you create by dragging and dropping all the tables, create the join here, or if you are good enough to write the SQL here in your SQL developer and bring the query and drag and drop, automatically Tableau will understand that SQL, execute it on top of your backend table, and bring you the data. So now once you create these things, now if you go back to the worksheet, it will give you only those 4 columns to build your report. Okay, so we'll come to that in detail, but let's see what these two things, live and extract. So that are very important. People ask this question, what is the difference between live and extract? So live connection is always whenever you execute the report, it make a live connection to the backend database. It does not use anything from the cache or from the extract. So it always establishes a live connection. So if you are doing it in the extract mode, so what it does, so Tableau extract the data, the master query, bring the data to the server, and then from the server it provide you the information as you needed. So in that way, suppose you want to apply a filter, suppose you want to sort the data outset or the result set. So how you will be doing it? Because you have to use that in the extract mode, so it will be a better performance. It will provide a very good performance than having a live connection to the database. So in place of writing the sorting statement or the filter condition, the where condition, everything on the backend table, you can use that from the extract, and that way the performance will be really good. Okay, so that's a two connection, live connection, extract connection. Depending on your business requirement, you have to make where you want live connection and where you want to use it in the extract mode. So many times we use extract mode, and when we need a real-time report, that's where we need a live connection. But depending on your requirement, you can do that. All right, now if you click on go to worksheet, what it will do, it will give you all those 4 columns here: department name, first name, last name, and then you have employee ID here. So we'll go back to we'll come back to this tomorrow on what are the dimensions, what are the measures, and what is this worksheet. So if you see that here, sheet 1, sheet 2, you can keep clicking on this sheet 2. So automatically it will keep creating the multiple worksheet, and then the final one, the last one, is the dashboard. So if you click on a dashboard, so you will see all the worksheet can be integrated into a dashboard. So that's the whole development cycle. We'll go over it one by one with all the features. So there are lots of menu options. Each menu options has lots of navigations. So each navigation has different different features and functionality. So we'll go over it, what we do in the real-time project implementation. I'll try to touch each and every aspect of it. All right. So that's for today. We'll start again the same time tomorrow. I know today some people had some difficulties to connect. So make sure tomorrow you are on time so that we can start on time. So we can cover off the stuff what we left over today. So that we can adjust our schedule accordingly. All right. Thank you guys. I'll stop recording and upload that recording in a shared drive and share it with you guys. Thank you.